Hi everyone, Tracy De Las Llagas here again of Dev 206 Section D. Today, I'm here to start the discussion on Module 7, Writing and Editing for the Web. I'll be covering two topics for this session. The web as a new frontier for development communication. Then I'll move on to how people read materials on the web. If you've done some reading, you may have seen this map on a reference material for this module by Dr. Bandelaria. It's a popular map made by Facebook engineering intern Paul Butler that circulated in 2010. It has been featured by The Guardian, The Economist, The Daily Mail, and what we are seeing here is a visualization of millions of Facebook friendships between cities and around the world. In 2013, Facebook published an updated version. What changed after 3 years? We notice a darker Africa, South America, and India. Then China, where Facebook is blocked, is still a black hole. The picture depicts the wide reach of internet and the linkages created by the users in terms of Facebook. Now let's take a closer look at the Philippines. In February 2023, a study conducted by social and media intelligence firm Meltware and socially led creative agency We Are Social presented these numbers. There were 85.16 million internet users in the Philippines. Internet penetration stood at 73.1%. The Philippines was home to 84.45 million social media users in January 2023, equating to 72.5% of the total population. That's almost three-fourths. A total of 168.3 million cellular mobile connections were active in the Philippines in the early 2023, with this figure equivalent to 144.5% of the total population. We're literally caught in a web, and the same is true for many other countries around the globe. While it is arguable if that is good or bad, it is seen as a new frontier for development communication, with its massive reach and phenomenal activity to create well-defined communities. American actor, screenwriter, film director, and producer Edward Norton, in his commentary for CNN in 2011, agrees to this and shares his experience in discovering this new frontier. He said, "Technology is obviously expanding, both in its actual reach into our daily lives and in terms of its creative potential. In many ways, this expansion is redefining how we see ourselves as individuals and citizens within our community. But perhaps even more fundamentally, technology is challenging us to equally expand our definition of what constitutes our community." The lightbulb moment for Norton was when he was working with 30 runners to race in the New York Marathon to raise funds for the Maasai Wilderness Conservation Trust. Traditionally, they were eyeing big companies as donors and sponsors, but they wanted to break free from the conventional overpriced rubber chicken dinners to support charities. They also wanted to engage more people, so they built a website for the team and launched an organic social media campaign to mobilize a crowd to support their initiative. Within a mere 8 weeks, they raised $1.2 million. Now let's cite a more recent example. A couple of months ago, a series of wildfires broke out in Hawaii, USA. The most affected town was Lahaina on the Maui Island. With a death toll of 100 and billions of dollars in damages, it would certainly take some time and a lot of resources to rebuild this borough. Hawaii-based Phil-Am Digital superstar Brett Man Rock took to social media his appeal to help the victims of the devastating incident. He created a story highlight on his Instagram page that compiled all the information he shared, as well as a direct link to a fundraising page for the people of Maui.
Aloha everyone, I'm making this video because I hope and I know you guys have already seen and probably heard of what is going on in the islands of Maui and everything that has happened to the town of Lahaina. And if you guys didn't know, last week a wildfire completely wiped out the town of Lahaina, and Maui needs our help more than ever. On the home screen of my page, I have included a reputable fundraiser that is going on right now, and I've also included a story highlight of everything that I have reposted the past couple of days and the ones that I posted today as well. One of the most resourceful thing for me was Kenna Reed's page. She has a direct link on her bio which takes you to an entire Google document of families and businesses that are needing our help, their Venmos and their GoFundMe pages, which will help you directly donate to the families instead of donating to huge big organizations where you may or may not know where your money will be going. So I really love her page. Another page that is very useful and is jam-packed with reputable information and resources is High Progressive Action.
It'd be safe to say that his initiative contributed to the overwhelming response of the people. The fundraiser he promoted received over 70,000 donations and reached an amount of $122 million raised out of the $57 million targeted funds. In a week since the incident happened, it actually surpassed the target amount. Crowd-raising platforms are just one of the many innovations that were born out of the web. For Norton's CrowdRise in particular, he took advantage of modern methods to create a platform that enabled individuals to engage as activists and philanthropists. He goes on to share that within the emerging new reality of truly global connectivity, technology is providing incredible opportunities for people to bridge the barrier of distance, culture, and the limits of financial resources and affect the world through their own activism in ways we could never have imagined. Recognizing the web as an emerging frontier in development communication, it's imperative that we grasp how people consume information on this platform. This understanding is essential for crafting effective communication materials tailored to this medium. In our reading material, Dr. Bandelaria shared an excerpt from Jacob Nielsen's study in 1997 about how users read on the web. Another research company, Legend Marketing, conducted the same study in 2015. These two companies arrived at the same results. The short answer? They don't. People rarely read web pages word by word. Instead, they scan the page, picking out individual words and sentences. Screen reading is different from print materials. In fact, people read word by word online just 16% of the time, according to the eye tracking studies by Legend Marketing. And that's the same percentage Nielsen came up with in his own study. So, if they're not reading, what are they doing? They're seeking. 71% of the time, they collect information or they search for multiple pieces of important information. Let's say, for example, researching for a writing mobile workshop. 25% of the time, they find. They seek something specific like what is the phone number of this new Japanese restaurant? Then, 2%, they look around without a specific goal. They're called surfers. And the last 2%, they monitor. They return to the same website to update information, say checking CNN for the latest news. As you can see, reading is not on the list. NN Group's eye tracking studies revealed that users in left to right reading cultures typically scan heavy blocks of content in a pattern that looks like the letter F or E. The areas where users look the most are colored red, and the yellow areas indicate fewer views, followed by the least viewed blue areas. Gray areas didn't attract any fixations. The F pattern describes the most common user eye scanning pattern when it comes to blocks of content. The F pattern reminds us how fast online users read content. As we discover these trends and how to navigate through the web as a new frontier, we are faced with the greater challenge of writing for the web where users don't read. I'll be ending my discussion here, but tune in for my groupmate Emil Ragundin's report as he shares principles of effective writing for the web. Please check out the next slide for my references that you may find interesting to read. Thank you again to all those who watched this report and have a great day.